Okay, so let's dive into this. You walk into the grocery store, head for the bacon, and bam, you're hit with this bacon wall of confusion.
Right.
Why is this pack here like $3.39 looking
Yeah.
all innocent? And then right next door, you've got the $12 pack practically wearing a top hat. Is the cheap one just
Right.
bad?
Or is it a trap? Yeah, it's honestly more confusing than putting together IKEA furniture sometimes.
Totally.
But that price tag, the immediate cost, that's really just the tip of the iceberg.
Uh-huh.
What we need to do today really is unpack the two completely different worlds behind that bacon. Like, what are you actually getting for 12 bucks?
And maybe more importantly, what got skipped or cut out to hit that, super low $3.39 price? Who's really paying for that saving?
Exactly, because the difference is, well, it's pretty stark.
Stark is putting it mildly. We're literally talking about a pig maybe living its adult life in a space that's what, the size of your linen closet?
Compared to, yeah, maybe a pig that's basically a rotational VIP on the farm getting sunshine and moving around.
Yeah.
It's different.
So different. Let's start with the closet pig then, the commodity bacon pig.
Right. So these pigs, once they're weaned, maybe around 40, 50 pounds, they're immediately moved into these huge feedlots.
And that's it. That's home.
That's home for the rest of their lives. It's unchanging, incredibly crowded, very restrictive.
And that space, you mentioned it's like a closet. How small are we actually talking?
Well, the industry standard gives each animal about 7.2 square feet.
7 square feet. Okay, paint me a picture. What's that like?
Think of your average bathtub, the floor space inside it. That's about it.
Wow.
Imagine living your whole life permanently in the space of your bathtub. That's the reality.
Okay, so they're packed in tight. Why? What's the goal there?
Speed,
Yeah.
pure and simple. It's all about an incredibly aggressive timeline.
Aggressive how?
They need to get these pigs from that 40, 50-pound starting weight up to market weight, which is like 250, maybe 300 pounds in just 3 to 4 months.
For a month. That's incredibly fast.
It's an industrial efficiency model. That's the goal. Maximum output, minimum time.
Okay, so how do you make a pig grow that fast? It can't be just, good food and fresh air.
Definitely not fresh air.
Yeah.
The fuel for this growth spurt is, well, it's specific. About 30% of their feed is typically GMO dent corn.
GMO corn, okay.
And that, often comes with traces of pesticides like glyphosate.
Right. And the other 70%.
That's mostly more genetically modified stuff, corn and soy primarily. It's a high-energy, high-speed diet.
But is there anything else, anything extra added?
Yes. This is where it gets really interesting from a sort of chemical engineering perspective. Towards the very end of that short life,
Yeah.
they often introduce something called ractopamine.
Ractopamine, what does that do?
It's a drug. Its whole purpose is to aggressively ramp up the muscle, as they say, in the last roughly 20 days before slaughter.
Ramp up muscle. Huh. So it makes them leaner faster.
Essentially, yeah. More meat, less fat, very quickly.
Okay, hold on. If this stuff is so great for bulking up pigs quickly, why have I heard it's controversial?
Because it is. Hugely controversial. It's actually banned for use in livestock in something like 90 other countries.
90? Like, whoa.
Oh, the entire European Union, China, Russia, lots of major places.
So why is it allowed here in the U.S.? What's the thinking?
Well, the argument from regulators is often about trade and that it supposedly metabolizes out of the animal quickly, but globally, it's linked to animal welfare concerns. It can be really stressful on the pigs' bodies, their hearts.
So it's a trade-off, speed and maybe profit versus animal stress. And, well, what other countries clearly see as a risk?
That seems to be the calculation, yeah.
And if people are wondering why they don't hear more about these conditions, the feed, the drugs?
Well, there are things in place, unfortunately, that make it hard to get this information out.
Like what?
They're sometimes called agricultural gag laws, or ag-gag laws. They're basically designed to stop whistleblowers or journalists from documenting and sharing what really goes on inside some of these large-scale facilities.
So it keeps us, the consumers, kind of in the dark about where that super cheap bacon actually comes from.
Pretty much. It protects the system. So that covers how the animal is raised in secret. But then there's the next challenge for the industry,
Which is
making that product taste like what we expect bacon to taste like, which leads us into the flavor illusion.
Right, because when you buy bacon, even cheap bacon, you expect that smoky, salty, cured flavor, don't you?
You do. You picture maybe slabs of pork belly hanging in a smokehouse, getting all that lovely flavor over time.
Yeah, like slowly roasting over hickory wood or something.
But with that 3 to 4 month timeline and the scale they operate on, There's just no time, no budget for actual smoking like that.
So how do they fake it?
They inject it. They use processing tricks. That smoky flavor, it often comes from adding liquid smoke.
Liquid smoke, seriously.
Yep. Along with a good amount of salt water, which also adds weight, by the way, and sometimes sugar, and often MSG, monosodium glutamate, to amp up the savory taste.
Wow. So it's basically flavor engineering to mimic the real deal without any of the actual traditional effort.
Precisely. It's fast food flavoring, essentially.
And when you contrast that with, say, traditional methods.
Oh, it's night and day.
Yeah.
Think about high-quality cured meats in Europe, like proper ham. The pigs might be foraging on acorns, which is amazing for the fat quality, by the way.
Acorns.
And the curing, the fermenting process, it can take months, sometimes even up to 36 months, for the really high-end stuff.
3 years compared to liquid smoke injected yesterday?
It's a completely different philosophy. It's actual agriculture and craft versus just speed manufacturing.
Okay, so let's jump over the fence now to the other side. The rotational VIP pig. The pasture-raised life.
Right. Let's talk about farms like, say, John Arbuckle's Singing Pastures, though this applies to many doing it well. These pigs are genuinely raised on pasture. The focus is totally different. It's on animal health, soil health, regeneration.
And a big part of that is moving them around, right? Rotation.
Absolutely key.
Yeah.
A good farmer might have, say, 20 pigs on an acre, but they don't stay there. They're moved regularly to fresh pasture.
Why move them?
It lets the land rest and recover. The grass grows back, the soil microbes get a chance to flourish. It builds a healthier environment.
Which means healthier food for the pigs.
Exactly. Healthier forage. Plus, the pigs themselves are getting exercise. They're getting sunshine.
Sunshine. So vitamin D.
You got it. More vitamin D stored in their fat, which ultimately benefits us when we eat it. It's a whole system approach.
Okay, but this sounds expensive. Raising pigs like this.
Yeah, yes. Let's talk costs, because this is where it gets pretty eye-opening.
Lay it on me.
Okay, imagine a small-scale farmer, maybe just a hobbyist, with 5 acres and 5 pigs. And they decide to do it right. Top quality feed, organic, non-GMO, no corn, no soy grain.
That sounds pricey just for the feed.
It is. That kind of premium feed can easily cost $1,500 for just 1,000 pounds.
Okay.
Now, this one farmer actually did the math, tracked every single cost feed, land, shelter, care, everything for raising one pig this way over several years.
Just one pig? What was the total? Don't scare me.
You might want to sit down. The total cost came out to around $49,000.
$49,000 for one pig. Are you serious?
Dead serious. Now, obviously, that includes multi-year infrastructure costs spread over very few animals, making it extreme, but it illustrates the point dramatically.
Yeah, so if that's the cost, what would they have to sell it for?
Well, that farmer calculated that just to break even, not make a profit, to just break even selling bacon from that one pig, the price per pound would need to be $283.33.
$283 a pound for bacon. Okay, wow. That number suddenly makes the $12 pack look like a bargain basement deal.
Doesn't it just? It really throws that whole grocery store price thing into perspective. It shows you what genuine, small-scale, high-welfare farming can cost.
So when you buy that $12 pasture-raised pack, you're not paying for a $283 pig, but you are supporting that system of care, better feed, rotation.
Exactly. You're paying for the opposite of the corner cutting needed to hit $3.39.
And presumably, all those differences in how they're raised and fed, that affects the actual meat, right? The nutrition.
Absolutely. Which brings us neatly to the big health question everyone asks about bacon and cured meats.
Nitrates.
Ah, yes, the nitrates. The scary word on the label. What's the deal there? Why are they even added?
Primarily, they're added as an antibacterial. Historically, it was crucial to prevent nasty stuff like botulism.
Okay, safety first.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Right. They also help preserve that pinkish color and add a certain tang to the flavor. But we hear nitrates and think bad. Is it always bad? I see labels saying uncured or no nitrates added except those naturally occurring in celery powder.
That's the key distinction. You have the synthetic nitrates, like sodium nitrite, which have traditionally got the bad rap. Then you have these natural sources, usually from celery or beet juice, used in products often labeled uncured. Functionally, they still introduce nitrates, just from a vegetable source.
So celery powder still means nitrates are in there.
Yes, essentially. But whether synthetic or natural, the real issue, the chemical problem, kicks in when you apply high heat.
High heat, like frying.
Exactly like frying. That intense heat can cause a chemical reaction that converts nitrates, whatever their source, into compounds called nitrosamines.
And nitrosamines are the bad guys.
Those are the compounds that have been linked to an increased risk of certain cancers in studies on high-consumption processed meats. That's the connection.
Okay, so it's the high heat cooking that's the main villain here, interacting with the nitrates.
That seems to be the critical step, yes.
But putting the nitrate issue aside for a second, if you do get the good stuff, the pasture-raised pork, is it actually healthier in other ways?
Oh, definitely. When pigs are raised well on good pasture, the nutritional profile of the meat changes significantly.
How so?
For starters, pasture-raised pork can have some of the highest levels of vitamin B1, thiamine found in any meat. Really important for energy metabolism.
Okay, B1. What else?
Remember the sunshine? You get naturally higher levels of vitamin D, plus important trace minerals that come from foraging, like selenium and zinc.
So more vitamins, more minerals. What about the fat? Isn't pork fat supposed to be unhealthy?
Ah, the fat quality. This is huge. In properly raised pork, over half of the fat, what we call lard, is actually monounsaturated fat, the same kind of healthy fat found in olive oil.
Really, lard is healthy fat.
Good quality lard absolutely can be. Think about it. Our grandparents cooked with lard all the time. It got a bad rap during the low-fat craze, but high-quality lard is a fantastic, stable cooking fat. We should bring it back.
Interesting. Okay, so quality matters hugely for nutrition. Now let's talk about cooking it. You mentioned high heat is the problem with nitrates. What's the biggest cooking mistake people make with bacon?
The #1 crime against bacon. Overcooking it, burning it to a crisp.
Guilty as charged sometimes. Love it crispy.
I get it, lots of people do.
Hmm.
But the more charred and blackened it gets, the more you're potentially increasing those harmful nitrosamine byproducts. You're literally cooking the risk in.
Okay. Point taken. So how do we cook it better to minimize that risk?
There are simple ways. Firstly, change your method. Baking bacon in the oven on a rack, or even using an air fryer.
Air fryer bacon. Interesting.
Yeah, both methods tend to cook it more evenly and at a slightly lower effective temperature than aggressive pan frying, reducing that charring.
But what if I really want to pan fry it? Old habits die hard.
Okay, if you must fry, try a couple of hacks. One, add just a little bit of water to the cold pan with the bacon.
Water.
It helps the bacon sort of steam gently at first as the water heats up and evaporates. It renders the fat more slowly and reduces that initial scorching effect.
Huh. Never heard that one. Okay, what else?
Another trick some people use is adding a tiny bit of extra virgin olive oil to the pan.
Olive oil with bacon. Isn't that overkill?
The thinking is that the antioxidants in the olive oil might help mitigate some of the negative reactions happening in the pan. Plus, it can help prevent sticking.
Antioxidants fighting carcinogens? Maybe. Okay. Any other kitchen tricks?
Yes. Cook it with friends, meaning fry some chopped garlic and onions in the pan alongside the bacon.
How does that help, besides tasting amazing?
Compounds in garlic and onions, those alliums, have actually been shown in some studies to help neutralize some of the carcinogens formed during high-heat cooking.
Get out! So bacon and onions isn't just delicious, it's potentially safer?
Potentially, yeah. It's all about context.
That makes sense. Context matters. Like, it's probably better to have bacon with a big salad than, say, with sugary pancakes and syrup only.
Exactly. What you eat with the bacon makes a difference. Loading up on antioxidant-rich foods like salads, vegetables, fruits alongside the bacon can help your body handle whatever negatives might be there.
Okay, good to know. Any cooking methods to absolutely avoid?
Please do not microwave bacon.
Oh, dear. Why not? It's so fast.
It's just a nasty chemical reaction waiting to happen. That intense, uneven, super high heat from a microwave seems to be particularly bad for creating those undesirable compounds. Just don't.
Message received. No microwave bacon. So, let's wrap this up. We've gone from the $3 closet pig to the $283 VIP pig. What's the main takeaway here?
I think the core message is that upgrading your bacon, even if it's just occasionally, to a truly pasture-raised option is a really meaningful choice.
Meaningful how?
You're choosing a more nutrient-dense food, you're supporting better animal welfare, better environmental practices, and you're acknowledging the real cost of producing food thoughtfully compared to the hidden costs of the industrial system.
Right. So now when you're standing there facing that bacon wall of confusion in the store, you kind of know the secret story behind each slice, don't you?
You do. You know, you're either funding the system that relies on bathtub-sized spaces, GMO feed, ractopamine, and liquid smoke.
Or you're investing in the farmer rotating pigs on pasture, focusing on health, sunshine, and real flavor development. the closet pig or the rotational VIP.
It's a clear choice once you know the background.
It really is. So maybe the thought to leave everyone with after this deep dive is this. If it can cost almost $300 a pound to produce bacon with real care and ethics, what is the true hidden cost wrapped up in that $3.39 package?
And who or what ends up paying that hidden cost down the line?
Exactly. It's something to chew on.